Hello, I'm Jamie. That's a swim for all those people that have noticed and have not noticed yet. Where do I even begin? How was one supposed to start a wedding speech for their identical twins, marrying their girlfriend? This unusual question for a celebration around an uncommon situation I knew I didn't have the answer to. And the last time I relied on Google to craft me a wedding speech for my other sister, let's just say it didn't quite work out there. But this time I'm feeling way better about being able to string together the right words because now I have AI to help me write this wedding speech. So here we go. To kick this off with two brides and AI by my side, good evening, everyone. For those that don't know me, I'm, insert name, Jamie, the identical twin of the amazing twin's name, Jess. And today I'm honored to celebrate the love and joy they found with partner's name, Sarah. Nailed it. You see, starting a wedding speech isn't easy. But being born with this one, that's a hell of a lot harder. No one chooses to be stuck in a small space with someone for 9 months straight. And I still wonder, how did I end up with this womb-mate? Why did this soul get born with me? I asked AI and didn't have an answer to this theory, but one thing I know for certain is that having another version of you in any space elevates the celebration. Like the one time I walked as her in her college graduation. Well, it was because our graduations were happening at the same time, the same day, but separate schools. And before we decided to break the rules, we did consider the alternatives. We can all go to her school, or all come to mine, or combine the families. And as we were playing rock, paper, scissors to determine which parent we got, we came to the conclusion that the better solution would be to actually combine the graduations. So in our twin twisted game, we used my face and her name, and I threw on her gown, and then I changed her last name on the card to read Jessica Cornball. And without knowing where this was going to go, I stepped on stage at the UF graduation of the Gators, and then I did this seminal chop. And the front row faces looked shocked. I then looked up in to make eye contact with Jess, only to see her doing these crazy hand gestures, encouraging an encore to her graduation show. And as I stepped off the stage, I dropped down to the ground, and then I did the worm down the aisle. And not knowing that the worm takes you backwards, and then I had to sprint to catch up to the end of the line. And I pointed up and gave Jess a hand sign to dedicate that move to her, and also a hand signal that it was time to make our great escape, to meet at the exit sign past the security line. Even though we both knew in this twin twisted game if we got caught, there'd be a hard time figuring out who to blame when the real Jess was never on stage. And I believe this is why I was born with Jess. To not just learn how to create a diffusion of responsibilities, but she taught me that life has unimaginable realities and endless possibilities, including the possibility to do this wedding. So thank you, Sarah, for being a part of this magical game of life with us, and being the one to fuel the idea to do this wedding. And huge high five to Jess for always supporting her dreams. Because growing up with Jess, it has always been a dream. In that weird way that leaves you wondering, what the fuck was that? Like the one time when I was 4 years old, I was at a department store, and I swear I saw Jess there. Only to realize it was actually me whispering into the mirror to my own reflection, saying, I didn't know you were here. And that moment of mistaken identity made me realize that she was always going to be there for me. Whether it's actually her or just me thinking I see her. And I recognize this toast is getting a little weird here with unique moments. So maybe AI can help include a more ordinary memory of us. AI replies, one of my favorite memories with my twin is when we were 10. We were on a camping trip, and we saw a beautiful clearing and made a pact that we were going to always support each other. And today I see that same spirit of commitment in you two. And while that camping trip is obviously not true, and that pact part, come on, we're twins, that's assumed, I still see that same spirit of commitment in you two. And while that untrue AI memory doesn't actually compare to reality, because it missed the time when Jess, Sarah, and I all worked together at a research company. A research company in which I started that involved Jess putting on a wig and monitoring a panel as me. But you see, we worked on all sorts of research studies. From Delta Dental to Nike to countless Pinterest projects. One time we got requested from the Mars Corporation to field a really fast research study on pet people. So for thousands of dollars, we dedicated our weekend to understand the canine community. And this was the ultimate excuse for us to call and text each other multiple times during the day and finally get paid for it. For having fun. And they tell me that I'm the lucky one. Jess reminds me though that if there's any skill involved, the chances of me winning anything dramatically decreases. But it's true. She's highly competitive, and I am incredibly lucky. And I feel very lucky to be standing here in front of all of you to officially welcome Sarah into the family. Because she's like a sister to me now. A sister that my sister gets to sleep with. Machine learning did not come up with that. To Sarah, AI said you bring a new light into this world because of your shine, but I know it's really because you're screening and growing up with stars and sparkles. Jess, you are the best partner that anyone could ever have asked for, even though I technically didn't ask for you. Somehow, some way, someone knew that life would be better with you. So to wrap this up, AI, give me an ending to close this toast. Here is your conclusion. Your story is too advanced. It cannot capture this unique human experience. So to swap out artificial intelligence for emotional intelligence, because in some unexplainable way, we have a level of intelligence that comes with the human heart, always the artificial brain. Because to this day, we still don't have the answers to why, not even from AI, with identical twins, when one egg splits, it randomly creates 2 heartbeats in 2 human beings. All I know for certain is when I look at you two, I see the love that comes when 2 heartbeats are heard. I love you, and I love you too. So raise your glass and toast to the love that can't be measured when 2 heartbeats come together.